The headlines. National Secretary and President RPI Athawale Maheshwar Thaunaujam ask if there is separate law protecting Kuki militants. Good afternoon. Welcome to Istv English News. I'm Surbala Kangabam. Let's see the news in detail. National Secretary and President of RPI Athawale Maheshwar Thaunaujam has raised question whether there is separate law which is protecting the Kuki militants. Regarding the extension of Sioux agreement signed between the Ministry of Home Affairs and Kuki armed groups, Maheshwar Thaunaujam said the agreement is a betrayal of the trust of Manipur's people. He also alleged that by highlighting the protection of territorial integrity of Manipur and free movement along National Highway 2 in the press statement issued Ministry of Home Affairs, it is misleading the people. He also pointed out the contradictory statement issued by Kuki Zoo Council regarding the agreement signed for extension of Sioux Pact. He then said people are concerned about the type of agreement which were inked between the Kuki armed groups and the ministry.
Only choki khanaraga, phamgi khanaraga, political party ki mileage long na ba tawnaraga, amasuyana ba tawbasida akhoi asengba chumba singa sibo khangmangamdabni lawjai se punjalaga post hoba yaba potsida tawba yariba potsida tawdaba makai tumin laibadong tawba amasu saudana ba tawba manbadgum tawba utpase tasengna yaningde ruling opposition khaidabida amata tawraga sigi contradictory or statement si aduna sigi agreement se cancel tawbi kho aduga asengba chumba se putho matungda kari solution purakpana phagani haibase si oina amta tawbiyo haibase ai mayam request tawjari.
First batch Manipur Agricultural College alumni Imphal celebrated Teachers' Day by honoring the teachers who contributed to the college establishments. The attendees also observed 2-minute silence in honor of the deceased teachers and alumni members during the program held at the complex of ICM. Speaking on the occasion, General Secretary, the alumni Dr. I. Meghachandra highlighted that the contributions of the teachers felicitated today were instrumental in elevating Manipur Agricultural College to the status of a central agricultural university. The accomplishments of students thriving at state and national platforms are a reflection of the dedication and mentorship of their teachers.
First base is akhoi ojasingji kaujaraga takpi tamirakpagi damakta kai khumnaba utsabagi program ama sinjabani.
Month-long quest for Guru Shiksha Parampara by CC School Friends, an alumni partner of Association of CC School Alumni ACCSA, concluded with the program honoring the former principal of CC Higher Secondary School, Sinam Indrani, at her residence. Apart from Sinam Indrani, former teachers of the school, Kumukcham Kalyani, Aribam Tampha, Haubujam Mema and Rajkumari Tampha too attended the program. The former teachers were presented with Lingyan and the alumni members sought blessings from them. Attending the program as one of the alumni members, Professor R.K. Lenin said, despite significant advancements in science and IT, a student's success remains deeply rooted in the guidance and mentorship provided by teachers. He also called upon students to treat their teachers with dignity and respect. A book titled Southeast Asia, Culture and Nationalism, written by Head of History Department Imphal College, was released at the Seminar Hall of Social Science Block, Imphal College. Former Head of Department of History, Manipur University and Vice Chancellor of Khongnang Thaba University, Professor N. Joy Kumar, former Professor of MU W. Navakumar and Principal of Imphal College, Professor M. Chandro, graced the release function as dignitaries. Speaking on the occasion, Ranbilung Kabui expressed that her teachings are featured in the book and she aspires for it to serve as a historical resource for future generations. She further emphasized that her books highlights the similarity in culture and lifestyle of people in Southeast Asia and the Northeast states of India.
numbers of similarity. From the cultural point of view, we have numbers of similarity. That had been the interest of the publications of the book.
Naga People's Organization, in a strong statement, has taken serious note of the deteriorating road condition of National Highway 129A Maram Peren Road, which is also considered the alternate lifeline of Manipur. The apex body stated that the highway serves as the only alternative route connecting Manipur and Nagaland after the monsoon rain damaged many locations along National Highway 2, National Highway 37 and Mao to Chakabama Road. NPO alleged that the portion from Maram Center Duigum Package 1A between 13 km to 22 km remains incomplete and is still at a formation cutting stage. Over the past 2-3 months, due to landslides in Nagaland, all heavy vehicles have been diverted to National Highway 129A, causing severe traffic congestion that traveling with even a few kilometers can take an entire day. Therefore, the NPO in public interest earnestly urged the Manipur government to take immediate and decisive action to ensure the timely completion of the road. It also demanded holding NHIDCL official accountable and considering termination of the contract with CSR company if it continues to delay in executing the said project. The NPO warned that failure to complete the works timely by NHIDCL and CSR, it will be compelled to resort to democratic forms of agitation. Two reptiles, locally known as Laikang Tengu in Manipuri and Gui Pop in Rongmei, were handed over to the District Forest Officer Tamilong Karibam Hitler in the presence of Ranger Officer Joel Gangmei and Tamilong Forest Division staff. District Forest Officer Tamilong Karibam Hitler Singh told ISTB News that the tortoise was handed over by Tausem SDO Paul Nangsha, measured about 16 kilograms in weight, and it was brought from Vanchengpai village. Another villager youth of Tongto Simio Gangmei handed over another Asian giant tortoise measuring about 5 kilograms in weight. The same tortoise shall be further handed over to the Director of Manipur Zoological Park, Laishram Biramangol, for strengthening the artificial incubation of Asian giant tortoise in the zoological park in collaboration with the India Turtle Conservation Program to protect the critically endangered reptile, which is native to the northeast, he added. The species is also listed in Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972 Amendment 2022, District Forest Officer Tamilong Karibam Hitler added. Well, in Himachal Pradesh, heavy monsoon rains in recent days have severely affected normal life. However, since yesterday, the intensity of rainfall has slightly reduced, bringing some relief to most parts of the state and accelerating disaster relief operations. According to the State Disaster Management Authority, 360 people have lost their lives so far during the current monsoon season, while 47 people are still missing. In addition, the preliminary assessment of damage to public property in the state has been estimated at around 3,800 crore rupees. It was reported that in Himachal Pradesh, another body has been recovered from the landslide affected area of Akhara Bazar in Kulu, where 5 people are still missing. Meanwhile, more than 50,000 devotees stranded in Bharmau of Chamba district during the Mani Mahesh Yatra have been safely taken back to their homes. According to the State Disaster Management Authority, 4 national highways, 1,087 other connectivity roads, 2,838 electricity transformers, and 509 drinking water supply schemes remain disrupted in the state. US President Donald Trump has said that India and the United States have a special relationship and there is nothing to worry about the ties between the two countries. While talking to media persons in Washington last night, US President said PM Narendra Modi is a great Prime Minister and he will always be friends with PM Modi. US President Trump, however, said he is very disappointed that India would be buying so much oil from Russia. The US President was responding to a question on whether he is ready to reset relations with India. US President Trump's positive remarks on ties with India come shortly after he had posted a comment on his social media platform Truth Social, stating that the US has lost Russia and India to deepest, darkest China. Earlier, US President sharply criticized the European Union for its whopping $3.5 billion fine on American tech giant Google. European Commission has announced a fine on Google for anti-competitive practices in the online advertising technology sector. Thailand's parliament has chosen business tycoon Anutin Charnvirakul as the country's prime minister. He is the third prime minister elected in last 2 years. He replaced Paetongtarn Shinawatra, who was ousted by the Constitutional Court last week for ethical violations linked to her handling of the border dispute with Cambodia. Anutin Charnvirakul's Bumja Thai party easily passed the threshold of more than half of the lower house votes required to become premier. It secured about 247 votes in parliament and crossed the majority threshold in the 492-member House of Representatives. And before we wind up the top stories once again, National Secretary of President RPI Athawale Maheshwar Thaunawjam asked if there is separate law protecting Kuki militants. Well, thank you so much for joining with us.